Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay!
Hey, it's Gabby the game night here, and I am back playing some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations Remember VSC. And it's April 11th, 11:52 a.m. District Court for lobby number 3.
I thought I was reading that stuff.
We'll read it if you want to.
Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious. That's why we some important facts.
But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dahlia and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer, on the side. Anyway, one day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this.
Because you came to me as a present, I see.
This darn little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, all right. It makes me so happy, I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world.
Dahlia's present bought from Phoenix Wright.
Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
But I was playing to go asking for a present back like that.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was, but how did you... Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder?
What are you reading? Let me see that. Oh, I see. But yeah, I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think I understand what you're trying to say, because that's a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, am I correct? But I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. But go and have a look in the back presumably and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
But I will do whatever I can to be of help with you, Mia. But it looks like we have to bout over, but I'll get moving.
You're making it worse. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though.
Yeah, it felt like 4 days. Oh, now there's the two we can do. Fuck you. Fuck you, game. No, too bad. I've already done my intro.
Oh, we could just redo it and clip that on. Oh, come on.
No, fuck you, game. That's the AY saving slot.
I would totally redo it.
I'm not doing that. Fuck that.
April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Court now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Take her voice, I dare you.
Oh, I can't do that, no. She has butterflies. I can't do butterflies.
What's with this stiff silence?
In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, and to take no one at their word. But But in your case, I must admit that you already hit the glow of complete sincerity. She's totally fucking not innocent and shit.
I can't believe he actually said that. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't wish me. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I'll bash them with my gavel. Oh my god, that one.
Maybe I should make her an Irish pirate, too. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You were all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine.
No, the honor is all mine.
Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the with this game.
What do you say?
I said, what's with this game? It was just like, well, let's make sure it was dated as we can be. Let's make references that are going to seem so old by the time people are playing the remake of this on the Switch in 10 years. Is there something I can help you with?
Go and say whatever's on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes. I see why you said that.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
She's working late because she's a singer.
Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, that friend didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. What's this? So, you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Fate, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madam Fay. Madam? I'm no one's grandma. Yet, girlie.
You won't be.
I haven't planned to go back. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Sinryu poetry.
Oh, how wonderful! It's that humorous, satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation?
Yes, I know that too.
So who is this Dougie person? And can he teach me? Never mind. Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow, and Mr. Wright talking about? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Faye.
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here?
Please, go on. What did you see next?
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry. Press that bitch!
Do we have a thing that says he was pushed?
There's the handprint.
The victim fell on top of his umbrella.
Is that not marked anywhere?
It doesn't specifically say anything but the handprint of the push.
Gotcha.
The only thing I have is the fall on top of the umbrella. And that doesn't say he pushed and fell. I'll leave it alone for now.
I suppose his statement works in our favor, for now. I'll hold off on looking into it any deeper until it's necessary.
Very well, young lady, but you're going to the testimony.
That's when Feeney noticed that I was... Oh yeah, I don't need to read that. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry, I was so flustered that I really don't remember. But please forgive me. You don't remember?
Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior.
Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt. By me. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. So, to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something. It doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students. So did the students call the police? Yes. I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one.
I'm trying to go finish, please. You're there talking with some... I mean, obviously the push is the lie.
Are you saying...
You already said
Dude
this.
did that, okay. Oh, now I get to read.
Yes.
Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never... Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger the witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... But please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor, I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground, and at that time there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right.
That new?
I didn't know they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. So obviously, didn't hear anything unusual like the snap. Didn't hear the snap. That's pretty unusual.
The snap? When half the population disappeared?
Didn't hear the snap.
You say you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer?
By all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony at all. Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that totally changes this whole case.
That was lightning? Is that it? I don't know. I mean, these two things don't matter much, so lightning. Lightning.
Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice she said there was lightning, correct?
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right?
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
Oh. I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy, anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, victim of a stray bolt. That's one of my favorite 80s new wave songs.
It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
Alright, you did it, Mia. He. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? It's an
This
affidavit. It's an affidavit. And just who is this affidavit for?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because? Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
However, there's one thing that fooled me. The cable could have been broken by any small bump. Then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the causes of the severed cable?
Your Honor, I don't like how this is looking one bit.
Just looking at things real quick. Power cable, impact.
I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well, then that's it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Who or what? Got anything?
Don't say that we've been presented with any evidence. Well, the umbrella, maybe.
Yeah, but that fell under him.
Yeah, but we've established that he also got up.
Yeah.
He could have gotten up with the umbrella and hit the cable, and that's how he got electrocuted and died.
Maybe.
I mean, the cables are high up.
Yeah.
If it's anything, it's the umbrella. Whether it's the time to present that or not, I don't know.
Well, I can't exactly not present something.
Well, there you go then. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor?
I believe that the only thing that snapped in the mind of the defense. Yeah, no.
That was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Ouch, that was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance.
Then no downside for failing this. Well,
Here's my attorney's badge, Your Honor.
There's obviously a person then.
Okay.
Fuck it, I'd say her.
But what's the proof, though?
I don't have any. I just gotta keep presenting shit. Him. Okay. Easy.
Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defense testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that?
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. And the victim was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, that doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. Ah! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order in the court.
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them.
It's true, the defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have done it.
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation. She says some things that are a little different than I remember them. Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please, Mr. Judge?
Of course it's alright. Let's go right ahead and give you new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice.
Liar.
The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute.
So after being shoved. Fuck, I pressed the B button again. I need to stop doing that.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeney. So, that's why you basically lied to the court. I was a bad girl. I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. What you did is called perjury.
Oh, come now, it's a little alright lie. We'll forget this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all. Oh, come on.
The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know he doesn't look it, but Feeney can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeney really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
So, let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched the scene unfold. Miss Fay, I have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wished the best for them both, and then they would each give the fight their all.
It's very sweet of you to be so sportive.
And what happened after that? That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found in the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket? Well, no, there weren't. Madam Fay, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been horrific sight for anyone to behold.
If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so it's my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia.
I assume that's the cable time. I don't even actually all call that's that man. That's his call. That was 3 p.m. The power cable broke at
2:55.
It doesn't say around 3 p.m. It says
It's something.
specifically 3 p.m.
That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Oh, and that too.
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Order in the court. What's this all about?
This is nonsense. The real murderer? Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer?
Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict?
Indict?
Why is there C? If it's indict, why is there C?
I didn't create the word, I just know how to pronounce it.
Indict someone as the real killer.
This isn't Matlish, it's English. It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you'll be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Well, not like there's many people I can exactly pick. Let's see.
Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it.
We
Who is the real
have
killer?
Grossberg, Phoenix, the dead guy, Dahlia, and the
Did
prosecutor.
you just call her Dahlia? It's Dahlia.
I said Dahlia.
Sounds said Dahlia.
Which, it literally can't be 3 of these. This guy is the guy who's trying to get off the hook, so...
I mean, technically, I guess the story could be that he killed himself, even if it was an accident.
Yeah.
It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. How can you... The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order! Miss Faye! What? I mean, why is that to say?
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the 2 men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything. Check the court record.
Miss Faye, there's a very serious charge you owe. Phoenix.
Your Honor, but please, I have something I want to say.
That's you. You, what is it?
Please, please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Achoo.
Leave my dolly alone. Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay. Come on and watch her play. New games every other day. If you subscribe now, you won't miss out on any of the action. So come on, click that subscribe button.